steering broke, the boat started reacting in its own way. It was completely out of control.
What do we do?
I don't know.
Well, this is great.
We often say that this does not suck. This sucks.
This sail cover, it's all shredded. Look at that. Oof, dear me. Today's been a very eventful day. We got up, having our coffees, we were texting each other and saying what time we were leaving. Then goes up, it's raining, I'm going back to bed at 5 o'clock.
It was actually 3 o'clock. I looked at the
It was 3 o'clock when I
timestamp.
said that. That's
Yeah,
right.
true. And yeah, I was up at 3. It was pouring down.
It was horrid, yeah.
We looked at the weather, it wasn't ideal, but because of COVID restrictions and the PCR restrictions, sometimes it makes you go when probably you could just say, no, I'm going to go tomorrow. And ideally, we probably would have gone tomorrow. Mahini went first.
It's 6 o'clock and Mohini has left and he is heading out of the bay right there, and we're gonna follow within about an hour.
And about an hour and a half later, we left. We're a slightly quicker boat. What we were planning on doing is we're going to go and then we'd get together by the time it's night time, and then we'd just stick together the whole night, and then the morning time we'd be an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours away, 4 hours, whatever it was, away from Antigua. So we just pulled up anchor. Thanks Rodney Bay, thanks St Lucia for looking after us. We're chasing Mahini now. As it happens, the wind's just died. But we're only in the bay, so we're going to be out and we'll have a good sail, I think. So the reason why we wanted to be together, because the last time we sailed down together, your wife was with you and your other daughter, but they've had to go back to Canada because Sabi's starting school. So there's just you and Cassie, and we wanted to make sure that we're really close by, just for anything that happens.
Right, yes.
Anything that happened. So off we go. We were slowly catching you up. We started off about 12 miles behind. Wasn't it?
So we just got the head sail out and it's raining. Very wet up here. But we're sailing, turn the engine off. Doing 6 knots. We've got 11, 12 knots behind us. So hopefully the sky will open up and we'll be able to go a little bit faster and sit out here in some dry seats. As for now, it's soaking wet.
We got to we were about 6-7 miles behind you, which was halfway through the day, which was fantastic. And then what happened, Lynn?
Well, let me see. We went from 15 knots of wind to 26 knots, where I was talking to you on the radio. I said, I'm going to go get 26 knots of wind. I need to address this. I was single reef in my main and a double in the jib.
Yeah.
And I started to just run downwind, and it went from 26, and the last thing I saw was 46, and it was still building at that point. And then things got a little bit crazy. It overpowered my autopilot, and I couldn't keep up. So I switched to manual steering, and then we lost our steering cable, or steering chain.
Yes.
We didn't know it at the time. We lost steering. We determined later that it was the chain that had broken, and we lost all manual steering completely.
Ladies, stand up to me. Have 2 people on board. We've lost control. We are stuck in a squall. We're looking at 38 knots of wind. What is your problem on board?
They've lost steering. Mohini's in front of...
We're at 14 degrees, 36.82 minutes north. 14 degrees, 36.82 minutes north. 61 degrees, 11.562 minutes west. There are 2 people aboard, 1 adult, 1 child. We are not taking on water. We have a damaged mainsail, and we are currently at 25 knots of wind. It is slowing down. Station broadcaster Mayday, this is MR50 for the front, British Coast Guard. You are weak and distorted. Understand, you have flooding on board. Could you confirm? Over? Yes, copy that. We have 1 child and 1 adult on board. Over. You are weak and distorted, sir. Please speak slowly. You are weak. I cannot understand you.
Mayday relay, over.
Okay, the station broadcast the Mayday relay. do you receive the station distress? Over.
Affirmative. They are friends of ours with Buddy Boat, and I'm about 9 miles behind them.
Talk
They
slower.
are a catamaran with 2 people, 1 adult, 1 child. They have lost steering. Over.
Yes, a question to the outlet. Floating. Over.
No, they're not sitting on water.
Negative. He was hit with 40 knots of wind and broke something on the steering. He is not flooded. We will be there on station within the hour. Over.
Okay, understand you proceed to the position, that's correct?
Affirmative. I'm on my way now. Over.
Okay, what is your station name, sir?
We are sailboat Britican. Over. As soon as I know anything more, I will inform you. Over.
I think he's going to need a tow.
Yes, sir. What kind of assistance do you require? At this point in time, we've lost steering. We require towing into the harbor. Over.
They're calling a tow service.
Is this the Coast Guard?
We'll be standing by you on the attempt to alter course into the harbor. Over.
What do we do, Casey?
I don't know. I don't know what we do because Martinique is closed.
Oh, this is just great.
Get into the bay and find a place to do repairs. Over.
We're going in with him.
Okay, and what is the destination? Your destination? I'm going to be steering with throttles only, so I will have to determine that once I get in the harbor and I get some more time to figure out which exactly we're going. Okay, so nice.
Just took in our sail and we've got our engine on and we're going to go directly in the direction of Mohini. The Coast Guard seems to have a vessel on standby for towing.
We are under control, headed toward the harbor at about 4 knots. Over.
Okay, yes, we have our engines on and we are heading toward, we're aiming for you. It sounds like you've got things moderately under control and we'll be following you in. Over.
Copy that, kid. Appreciate that. Okay, standing by 16 and 7-1, over.
Hi Cassie, sweetheart, you okay? We're coming to help you, so don't worry, okay?
I'm worried. I'm getting Taiwan.
Good girl, well done. You might get an ice beam out of this, over.
Say we can see him.
I like ice cream.
Good. I think we can see you, so we're going to come up and be next to you, over.
Okay, Daddy, we're under control and we're just hanging what's left of the sails. And also, do I get a double scoop of ice cream?
Double scoop of ice
you do,
cream.
sweetheart.
Stay side.
Hi Len, you okay?
A little rattled, 50 knots scared the crap out of me. Took my mainsail apart, but and then of course losing steering was difficult, but we got it under control.
Have you checked the wire, over?
My steering cables are broken. I will be able to control the boat with just the throttle once I get what's left sails down. Do that. My main's gone, my sail bag's gone. So I just gotta get.
Oh yes, I see you, I think. I see a mast right in front. Do you want me to inform the French authorities?
I told them I'd inquire as to where the best place to go is once I got closer into calmer water.
Okay, we turned 45 degrees, so we're just going along at 4 knots and we're there to assist you, mate.
Copy that, thanks, son.
We're heading into the biggest bay in Martinique. Len is heading there, we can see him. We've been in contact with the Coast Guard. It seems that our radio is working better. We can hear Mohini, but Mohini can't hear the Coast Guard very well. So we've been doing a relay. The Coast Guard has told us coordinates where we can anchor and get some service work done. Now, Martinique is closed. Like, the borders are completely closed. You can't enter this country right now due to COVID. But the Coast Guard seems to be okay with us coming in. It is an emergency, yeah. And they have been extremely helpful. And I think Len sounds like he's, calming down a little bit. It's got to be absolutely terrifying to get hit with 50 knots of wind. He had his sails out. I do believe they've been shredded and his steering cable has snapped. And it's really strange timing because just yesterday I posted on Facebook us trying our emergency tiller, and after telling him about us playing around with it, we asked him about his emergency tiller, and his boat doesn't come with one. Like, they didn't even make one. There's no facility for an emergency tiller. But luckily his autopilot is working, and his autopilot can control the rudders. So he has control by using autopilot, the buttons, and he has control by using the 2 different engines, so using the throttles. So at least he has control. He's making his way into the harbor, and so are we. It's cleared up a bit. It was really squally, but now it's, you know, overcast, and fortunately for us it's easier to come in to a bay when it's not raining and blowing. So we'll see how this goes.
Sheila's doing a great job in navigating me through all the blocks of wood and all sorts of different stuff in the water that seems to have washed out with a big storm that's probably shredded Len's sail.
So we're just coming up to the anchorage in Fort de France, and a squall is hitting us.
If it doesn't rain, it pours.
Yeah. I can hear a boat out there, but I can't see it.
A stump of something right there. You're missing it.
This sail cover, it's all shredded. Look at that. Oof, dear me.
We're getting hit with more rain, so we're not too far from the anchorage.
Some of the Caribbean is lovely.
Yeah, this is. We often say that this does not suck. This sucks.
Hanging back just to let Mahini anchor. He's going to do it with engines and his daughter. And if it doesn't work out, we're going to go in, anchor quickly, and I'll drop the dinghy and go and give him a hand. So fingers crossed he'll be okay. It looks pretty good. It's now a lot calmer and it's quite flat, so we should be okay.
Come on, Mom. There goes our pole.
Lost the pole. The pole got stuck on the anchor, and I couldn't hold it because the anchor is very, very heavy. So I had to let go of the pole. So we lost the pole. But it's better than losing me, right?
The steering broke, the boat started reacting in its own way. It was completely out of control.
Yeah.
I couldn't really control it to the point of any directional thing anymore. It spun us right around. We actually did a couple of 360s out of the water. Yeah. Got to the point where we were running beam on wave, so she was tilting a lot. And we had full on beam on well into the 40s knots of wind. So it was pretty nerve wracking.
Yes, I bet.
The adrenaline started to flow quite well. Anyway, managed to get it. The autopilot is still working. So I managed to get it just in a direction where I had it somewhat under control, and we had wind. But unfortunately, now we're going into the wind. We had wind at 60 degrees. So I've not only got force of the wind, I'm going upwind into it. The boat still is flying because of the amount of wind. So I'm actually making the situation worse because we're going into it. But I didn't have any handheld steering control anymore. I couldn't take it off autopilot. So the only thing I could do was try and get her up into the wind and start producing sail.
Wow. Yeah. And what happened to your sail? There. That's what 50 knots does to it, to an old sail.
Ribbons.
Ribbons, yes.
Shredded to ribbons.
Shredded to ribbons.
It's gone.
It's
shredded. It's in shreds. Yes.
Because Len was getting rid of the sail, you're going to be swapping it over for a brand new sail. We're going to do that up in St Martin.
Yeah.
But it actually probably maybe in hindsight might have helped. We don't know, do we?
We don't.
It just blew out.
Right. But it took the pressure off the rig.
Yes, it
right.
did.
All the pressure that was on the rig from that mainsail got blown out because the sail shredded. So I mean, we don't know what that rig could take.
No,
Maybe it saved it, maybe it didn't.
Maybe,
But
yeah.
in any event, it eased the pressure.
It did.
And changed
It
the
did.
situation.
So we're now in Fort de France, but it's a Sunday. So what our plan is, tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock, Len is going to be calling up to find out if and where we can get new chain to fix the issue. So that's where it's snapped, and we've just noticed that. Look at that. That's going to go. And here it is generally pretty good to get stuff. So we might, fingers crossed,
We
touch
might.
wood,
Yeah.
drink a beer.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah.
We might get it fixed.
We might just get it fixed. Well, that chain looks to be a fairly standard item.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can pick one up here.
Yeah.
We do have that spare sail on board. We'll make it work.
Yeah. You've got a spare sail as well.
And I
haven't you?
happen to have a spare sail lashed on the front of my boat. So
Not for your boat, but someone gave you the sail just in case.
right from a similar boat, similar size and shape. So it should be enough to get us to our destination.
So we're gonna put the sail back on tomorrow and hopefully get this chain sorted out.
Maybe by noon we're off and running again.
Hey, who knows?
And one of those days.
And the thing is, we're trying to get 186 miles, and Len goes to me, as we're taking the sail down, he's going, yeah, but we've got 50 miles. I'm going, yeah, we've got 50 miles. I've just looked on, we've done 31.
Okay.
Oh, well.
It was wishful thinking.
Yeah, so
It felt like 50.
it felt like more like 50.
Yeah.
I was going so fast as well.
Oh well.
Well, look, this is what you go through adversity.
Mhm.
You have a beer, you have a laugh, you have a glass of wine, you just chat it out. It's all a learning experience.
That's right. Fix it
And-
and carry on.
Yeah, fix it and carry on. Cheers.
Cheers.
Bye.